baby. It has been a while. It's always been a while, man. Life keeps happening, and we keep moving through it. You know, we get here when we get here. But I'm glad to be back. It's good to be back. We can mesh those together. On last week, this week, man, we are getting stranded in Nashville. We've got catfish, water toys, and tornadoes. Look at me. I can't even speak. Anytime I mention catfish, I get really excited. And then some underwater surfing, baby. We got it all coming up. But we may. So what's been going on, man? I've been traveling. Y'all know that if you've been paying attention or following or listening, whatever. We've been doing a lot of traveling, and we keep doing it, man. This was my trip back home. I wanted to go back home for the 4th of July. I wanted to celebrate Midwest style. You know, we just bang, bang, yee, yee all day, baby. And that's what I wanted for the 4th. The 4th of July is time to bang, bang, yee, yee. And so we're going back home. We're going back home to see the fam. Once a year, it's what we do. And I chose the 4th. But not a smooth trip, I will say that. I've kind of come into this theme for maybe my life, and it's, are we having fun? Are we having fun? I feel like there's so many good things, and there's just like these curveballs that are just thrown in there. You know, we took a trip home, but we got stranded in Nashville, baby. These flights are out of control. Airlines are like overbooking things. They don't even have room for your bags on the plane. They can't even get the crews together. Flights are being canceled and delayed all over the place, more than I've ever seen. So we go back home, and I decide to try to fly directly into my hometown. I'm from a small town, not a lot going on. Really surprised that there's even an airport. About 2 hours south of St. Louis, little town called Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Cabo Girardeau, the Cancun of Missouri, baby. That's what I'm talking about. So I said, hey, look, here's a flight where I can leave pretty much from where I live. I'm in Los Angeles. I'm up by Burbank. The airport is like 4 blocks away from me. I could walk to it. So I can leave out of Burbank and I can fly into Cape Girardeau, Missouri. To do that, we have to go from Burbank to Dallas, from Dallas to Nashville, and Nashville to Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Well, it's a bit of a hike. But if I can otherwise my parents have to drive 2 hours up to St. Louis and pick me up and then bring me back. And so I'm trying to make it easy on the rents, and we're going for it. We get to Dallas. We get to Nashville. We do not get to Cape. Get into Nashville. First of all, the airport is just overrun. Like there's no, I think United had so many canceled flights that everybody's just hanging out. And there's no way to walk, to get to my terminal, through where you would just, usually walk, just the path that people walk down. I don't know, the hallway, let's call it, right? We're walking down the hall. To even do that, it's like this 1 in, 1 out situation because everybody's being they're just spilling over from the gates. And so I've got to look at, the person in front of me, and we make eye contact, and I'm like, you go, then I'll go, and then you can go, and then I'll go. So we're playing this whole game to even get there. We get there. I'm there early. I like to be there early. Well, thank goodness the flight allowed me to be there early. Talk to the guy. We're getting some information. I'm like, hey, I'm here, Okay, cool. You need to wait over in this spot. Got it, man. No problem. Get a little notification. Your flight has been delayed. All right. Not too big of a deal. I can still make it home at a decent time. Little announcement comes over the airwaves. Anyone flying on Contour Airlines to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, there's good news. Your plane has just landed. Oh, we're excited. That is good news. The plane's here, baby. We're getting close. 15 seconds later. Just to clarify, the plane has landed at the maintenance facility and is currently being worked on. Not the same thing, my guy. Not the same thing. That's not the same information. That's very, very different. The plane has it. I really don't care where it has landed. If it hasn't landed here, just maybe something you keep to yourself. Maybe not give out a little false hope. So, we're a bunch of cheers and groans back to back. And then it keeps going. This delay keeps happening. Finally, we're all like, I don't think any of us are making it home. I'm on the phone with different car rental places. I'm like, I'm 4 hours away. At this point, even if it's like 8, 9 o'clock at night, I'm like, I could just one-way rental. Let's go. The NHL draft was being held in Nashville. This was on a Wednesday, by the way. And so all the rental cars are just gone. There's no rental cars. There's barely any hotels left. There's no sort of transportation, not another flight. This was the last flight from Nashville to Cape. No flights, no rental cars, no nothing. So we are just hanging out, baby. Nashville's not a bad spot to be stranded in, but not my ideal start to the week. So they end up putting us in a hotel. My dad, shout out to Pops, the next morning, it's an 8-hour round trip. He hops in the car, drives 4 hours to come get me, picks me up, and takes me back home. Shout out, Pops. Much love. Otherwise, I would have been hanging out in Nashville for, I believe it was 3 days. I kept getting notifications. I kept getting text messages. Your flight has been delayed. Your flight has been canceled. You have been rescheduled for tomorrow at the same time. So I'll never do that again. That won't happen. So we finally get back home, right? We have a great time at home. Time to come back to LA. After all the flight stuff in Nashville, we do hugs and kisses. I'm driving up to St. Louis. My mom takes me. Shout out, Mom. Shout out, parents. Parents with love. Let's go. We get up to St. Louis Airport. The minute that we put that sucker in park and we're doing hugs and kisses, get another little notification. Your flight has been delayed. Okay, here we go. Luckily, I had a 4-hour layover in Denver that I didn't know what I was going to do with. Now, that's just become a 2-hour layover, much more manageable, much more reasonable. But after the flight's out, I have no confidence in the flights back. So I talked to the United airline, and I'm like, hey, is there any other flight that I can get on or be on standby that's going from Denver to either LAX or to Burbank? Like I said, I live right next to the Burbank airport. I would hate to fly into LAX and drive an hour and a half or pay for that. That's going to be like $100, $150 Uber. It's real tough to justify that. But at this point, I will take whatever flight is going to get me in or near Los Angeles. Get me down to Orange County. Don't care. Get me on a private jet to Van Nuys. I'm game. Whatever we have to do to get anywhere close, because this isn't a situation where mom and dad can come pick me up. Like if I'm in Denver, I'm just in Denver. There's no rescue coming through. So I get put on 2 standbys to come back. One of them delayed past the original appointment. Now I'm starting to really dig into the interweb here. And turns out that you can actually track the plane number that you're getting ready to fly on. It'll tell you when it left the airport, where it's at in the sky, and where it will land. Don't know what dark web website I ended up coming up to, but was able to find that out. and could see my next plane was in the air on the way to Denver. And I watched that sucker so closely. I watched it pull up to the terminal that I was going to be leaving on, just to make sure that I wasn't stranded in a city that I couldn't get home from. Lo and behold, the plane came through, it parked, we got on it, we made it back. But I would caution anyone thinking about flying. It's a great summer to take a road trip. I'll say that. So we had a fiasco, right? Are we having fun? I say yes, man. Even through all of that, I got to go home. I got to see friends. I got to see family. I got to see my nephews. That first day we get back and I'm really just enjoying the Midwest. I'm enjoying just green grass everywhere, just full trees, full woods, like full forest. There's crickets that are chirping. The frogs are croaking. You drive through the country and you can see deer that are munching. I love nature, and that the Midwest has got it, man. They have got it. And so I'm just taking all of this in. I'm just appreciating, man. Just very, very grateful. We get to see all the house pets, right? The country cats and country dogs that are just running around free. And get to spend time with the other side. They got a golden retriever. And so we're just loving on all of the pets, all the animals, all the nature. This is my wheelhouse, baby. I'm here for it. We get, food? How dare I try to glance over that? We got us some Midwest fried catfish, baby. Batter it up. Toss it in some hot oil. Woo! Babe's Fish House. The best food comes from a shack in the woods. I swear. I don't know what it is. It just comes. It's not like this big grand thing. It's not a Michelin star, whatever. Like this shack's holding on by 2 rusty screws. That's where I want to be. Throw me a catfish platter with some hush puppies, some fries, and a piece of bread with an onion on it, Get me tossed up in that sauce. That's what I'm talking about. Talk about Andy's frozen custard. Give me some of that. Throw some cookie dough chunks and some strawberries on it, baby. Mix it up in a cup. Toss it down the throat. Midwest style. I'm talking about some Emo's pizza. Some Provel cheese. What you know about that, son? Can't get it anywhere but the Midwest. Woo! They got a Taste of St. Louis box. It comes with these toasted, I know I've talked about this before. It comes with these toasted ravioli. Ravioli that's like fried, bruh. Dip that in some marinara. Filled with some just chunky beef. Piping hot, baby. Provel bites, fried cheese balls. Then like these like not donut bites, but almost donut. These like they're like cinnamon donut dessert things. I don't even know what to call them. They're like not even cylinders. They're just little pods, man. They're like little fluffy ovals, drizzled with some cinnamon. And what is that, like frosting? Not to mention the square beyond compare, the pizza itself. You get a 1-topping medium pizza. Bacon, dude. Bacon every time. Yeah, why? Why bacon? Why not bacon? First of all, but it's not even like the bacon crumbles. It's full strips of bacon, man. Full strips of bacon laid across that sucker on that melty Provel cheese. I always think that I'm like going to eat half of it and save the other half for later. But realistically, I'm like, I'm going to eat 75% of it now while it's hot and fresh. And then like the other 25% later. And then by the time I'm done, the box is empty. No reason to save a good time. Let's have the party now. Hell yeah, dude. I didn't get my Pilot House or my Burritoville. Those were two that I missed. But the holiday and the whole getting there situation kind of messed that one up. It's all good. What else do we do, man? Obviously, we got some fam time, right? We got some quality time with Pops. Just starting it off with a 4-hour road trip from Nashville to Southeast Missouri. We got that going on. Spent a day out in the yard with my stepmom, water and plants, just taking care of the yard, taking care of some nature, baby. I'm about it. Went on a lake trip with the other side of the fam. And so we got, the little brothers are there. The nephews are there too. And just out there in the country on the lake, living it up for 4th of July, baby. Yee, yee, bang, bang. That's what I'm talking about. It just fills my soul. My heart is full, I don't know. I don't know if it's nostalgic. I don't know if it's, just being with the people that you love, doing the things that you love to do. Just something about going back home. Now, it's absolute chaos. We're in like this little camper, the parents are staying in the camper, but we just got it. We got to go check it out. Right. So that was another reason. I'll just go back home, go to the lake, check out the camper. But it's, you've got 2 parent adults, and then we've got the brothers. We got friends, and then 2 rugrats running around. There's 8 people in the hallway of a camper. It gets a little crowded. Thank goodness for the deck, though. But that's what it's about, man. Just being shoved out there, camping out, just all crowded together, absolute chaos. That's what family is. Anytime you get together with family, everybody's running around and yelling, and the kids are doing whatever. They're just nonstop, dude. These things, these little beings don't have an off switch. They're always talking. They're always yelling. They're always running. They're always grabbing stuff. It was really cool, though. Like just like the energy that's in these little humans. I loved it. I will say that I made the best Disney video on the iPad going to the lake. I was riding with my brother and his boys, my nephews. They've got like this little, I don't know what it is. It's an app on an iPad that kids like, I guess, but it's a storyboard kind of a thing. So you can like pull the character Woody, and then like an alien will come down, or you can have like Buzz Lightyear and an alien come down, or you can like choose and build your own story. Yeah, well, I told that alien to sniff my butt in a very charactery voice, and those boys lost it. My comedy career is starting on a 2-hour road trip with toddlers. That's my audience. Hey, if it works, baby. If it pays the bills, I'm ready to go there. Sniff my butt. Lost it. Yeah, that's fun, man. That's Funkle Clay in full form there. We went golfing with buddies, with one of my friends that I haven't seen in years, man. Like just enjoying the Midwest. Country, barbecue, fireworks. We're out on the lake. I thought I trashed my stepdad's brand new Wave Runner day 1. He's got one. It's a new Wave Runner. It's got speakers on it, man. And I swear to God, I'm blasting those speakers to Kid Rock wearing an American flag bandana and American flag swimming trunks. The hair is flowing. If you've ever seen Eastbound and Down, when he pulls up on that leopard wave runner, just thinking he's the shit, I'm freaking spreading freedom throughout this lake. It's absolutely gorgeous. Oh, Kid Rock coming up and down your block. Hair flowing. Got the do-rag, like the bandana on, man. Just standing up, riding the waves, coming at you. Just barreling through with freedom. God, I got a kick off of that stuff, man. How else can I just express my inner love for this country? And so I'm gunning it, man. And I'm like, oh, new Wave Runner, sweet, let's go. I haven't ridden a Wave Runner in forever. And if you can't tell, I'm a man of energy. I like to have a good time. And so I'm full throttle, man. I'm out there giving her gas, making the turns, seeing if I still got it. I'm testing this bad boy to see what it's got, but I'm also seeing if I still got it as a 34 or 35-year-old man. Let's figure out how old I am real quick. 35-year-old man out there on a wave runner. Let's see what you got, dude. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Pointing at the wave runner, pointing at me. What do we got, baby? Let's see it. Coming around and just skipping on the water. Coming out of a sharp turn with the back end. The front end just raising, the back end sunk in. Shooting off. My favorite is to gun it and then turn it real hard and see if I fly off or if I hold on. So I got a couple warm-ups going. About the third one, I was like, I got it. Gun it, turn, whew, straight off the back of this dude. Just absolutely, it's like I was going, I don't even know how fast. I didn't have time. It's more of a feel kind of a thing. But I'll tell you, it was like 30-something miles an hour. You ever been flung off of something 30-plus miles an hour? I mean, you're like a skipping rock. And so, hat goes off, sunglasses go off, I go flying off the back of this thing. Turn around underwater a few times. Pop on up. Oh, all right. I guess we found out where the threshold is. And that's what I need. That's all I needed. I just need that little adrenaline rush. Just need that little whipping around session. And then I feel good. Until we get to the channel, the main channel. And then I want to, ramp every wave that I can. But nothing crazy. So we do all this, and I'm waiting for the parents to come out of the dock still. They finally catch up. We get going. We go settle up in a cove or whatever. And then my stepdad's like, oh, hey, by the way, brand new Wave Runner, you have to have so many hours on the engine before you can really full throttle it. So make sure you take it easy for a while. Hey, oh, man. Useful information to know like 15 minutes ago, because I've been burning every cylinder this baby's got underneath it. I mean, yo. All right, so glad I got that piece of news. Next day we go back out. My brother gets on the Wave Runner to go take it out. They barely get out of the dock, and this thing just topples over. It's absolutely full of water. And here I am, just kind of hanging out in the background, just replaying all the memories of me taking this thing to the limit yesterday and being like, oh, I couldn't have been good for it. Oh, I really hope that I didn't just trash this brand new Wave Runner, man. Hey, parents, haven't seen you in a year. How's it going? Let me just destroy your new toys. I'm worse than the nephews, man. Here comes a barrel of fun. Giddy up. Turns out that it was like this seal that wasn't installed correctly from the manufacturer. I don't know how it all works. Maybe it was installed correctly until I got a hold of it. But I think it's good news that it wasn't me. I didn't do it. Not I, said the cat. Not I. But of course, that's not going to keep me from we have another wave runner. So I'm going to go on that one for a little bit. Oh God. And I told you guys that I'm on I've got the American flag bandana and the American flag trunks. And I just need one moment, to remember the 4th of July by. And I figured that there's no better way to do that than to have a slow motion video of me in my bandana on this wave runner, but missing my shorts and instead wearing an American flag Speedo. That is how you remember the 4th of July and freedom. And so I know my mom's not going to be too happy about this, and I can't really tell her what's going on. So I'm like, hey, I'm going to take the wave runner out just, one more time, just to give it a lap before we go in. And I take off and, kind of just go around the corner. I've told my brothers what's going on, and we've been looking forward to this moment all weekend, really, because we knew that my mom wouldn't like it at all. Yeah, because I'm a 35-year-old child. And so I go out, I make a little lap, and then I come back, just Speedo out, baby. Just full freedom. Everything's blowing in the wind today. And we're making a beeline to the boat. I start doing some swerves around to kind of be like, hey, coming at you. It's me. Not that you couldn't tell, because my junk is out in a Speedo, and I don't know who else would have that. Plus we already talked about what's going on, but I guess I'd just make it more clear. So I'm doing this, and then I do this drive-by right next to the boat just so they can get a good shot on camera of me going. And my poor mother, I put her through so much. Oh my God, what are you doing? No, don't record this. Turn this off. Stepdad's cracking up in the back of the video that we got. He's just laughing and loving it because I'm making an idiot of myself at that point. So he's all for it. And my mom is just in shock. This poor, just sweet, innocent Christian woman from the Midwest. And she's stuck with me. Oh, my poor family. I love you guys so much. Oh man. So that was great. That was great. We ended up the weekend, watching some fireworks out at the lake and just bringing in all the Midwest I possibly could. It's and then in here, right, we have good things, right? Like, are we having fun? We were blasting the wave runner, had a great video with the Speedo out, and then we trashed the wave runner, potentially, right? Great weekend out on the lake. We're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, a tornado comes through. Sirens start going off. I wish I could make this stuff up. I really wish that I could. So the first time I went back home, it was the hottest week of the summer. I hadn't experienced humidity in 3.5 years. And I go back home and it's the hottest week of the summer. Sick. The second time I go home was last Christmas, whenever all of the airlines, their computer systems were overrun. People were being stranded at airports. I didn't have my luggage for the entire week. And I said that I was never coming home over Christmas ever again. This time I go home, I get stranded in Nashville. It is the hottest ever recorded day in Missouri. And then a tornado comes through Kentucky Lake, which is where I happen to be. Dude, the Midwest. I love the Midwest. I've been talking about that, but I think the Midwest hates me. So anyway, we're out here. We're having a good time at the lake. All of a sudden, we start checking the weather. Things aren't looking so great. Sirens start going off. If you've never heard a tornado siren, pretty eerie. Very much like the movies. You ever seen the movie Twister? You know? Just like, only not sounding like a crying baby, more like an actual siren. There's one shelter on this side of the lake for everybody that's staying at the campground. And the Midwest lake people are definitely of a different breed. You know, we're not staying in like mansions on the lake. We've got like a little camper. Other people have their campers, or it's like people staying in like on the camp resort of the property. So this isn't the rich and glamorous side of lake life living. This is, you know, we're little river rats where I'm from. We're right on the Mississippi River. I call us the river rats. These lake lizards are out here, and we are all piling in to this dark, unlit, unventilated basement. And so you've got chaos and lake lizards in a dark, unlit, unventilated basement. One guy unventilated. Unventilated. Say it again. One guy's smoking a cigarette. Just can't stop smoking them right inside. Not really caring at all. This poor old man, I don't know who placed him there, but is like sitting right in front of the entrance. And so he's like getting shaken up by everybody that's coming in. You've got people that are claustrophobic. One girl has her dog and she's holding it back, yelling at everybody to get out when the tornado hasn't even come through yet. It's just, you take a trailer park and you shove them into like a dark box. That's where we're at this point. Sirens are going off, overstimulated. It's getting hot and muggy. Again, hottest day ever recorded in Missouri. Kentucky's not that far from it. It's still hot over there, dude. The wind starts picking up. Everybody's freaking out. I mean, we finally make it through it and everybody goes about their way. But just at one point, I was like, this is where society collapses. This is where people stop being human beings and start turning into animals. I was like, if this whole place turns on itself, like I'm grabbing my family and I'm getting the hell out of here, no matter the cost. But that's the thing. Everyone else is thinking the same thing. So people start to go crazy, dude. It was very uneasy. I was just waiting for stuff to happen. And then, like I said, all of a sudden, this lady starts yelling, telling everybody to get out of here, going nuts. Some dude's over there just, ripping a heater, not caring about anybody else's lungs. It's what we do in the country, baby. Freedom. Freedom. Yee, yee. Bang, bang. So, goodness, man. What else, dude? I think that pretty much concludes the Kentucky trip. We finally make it back home. Like I said, I went golfing. Golfing was on Monday. Tuesday was that was the 4th of July. And we started off with a good old fashioned country car show, dude. Yeah, the Midwest people, they love their old Camaros, their old Mustangs. We like a good muscle car and some jacked up trucks. Hell yeah, baby. Yee, yee, bang, bang. And so we got to go see all of that. That's the 4th of July. We started off. We do that. We get some Andy's frozen custard, cool down, go back to the house, and we're doing some neighborhood fireworks. This was really the element of fireworks that I was looking forward to, because out in LA, it's like there's a lot of, I'm sure any big city or any, bigger city, it's just a bunch of apartment complexes and not like a lot of space to do this kind of stuff. Where back home, you've just got a residential street and everybody's shooting off stuff, man. Everybody's excited to show off what they got going on. The neighbors across the street work for one of like the biggest firework distributors in that region. And so they've got the hookup, and we're just sitting back and just, man, loving God and loving America. Yee, yee, bang, bang. We got mortar shells going off. We got, everything from the sparklers to the mortar shells, like everything in between, the little cones that just kind of fire off right at the top. And you get a few little colors going out just for the kids, so the kids can light something. Then you got the big, love those, dude, those mortar shells. They just blossom out. I think my favorite is like the one that has like the purple with like trails of gold that go through. Really enjoy one of those. Obviously, love me a good red, white, and blue one. And the ones that cackle, they kind of go up and it's like just the gold or whatever sparkling ones. Those are fun too. Just staring up in the sky, man, from the front porch, watching things go boom. America. Hell yeah. I can feel it deep in my loins. I'm all about it. So that was a trip. That was a trip home. We had a good time, and we loved on friends, we loved on family, and we were there just basking in nature, and man, it's always chaos, but it's always a good time. Are we having fun? I think we are. When we get back, and I've done a couple different things, man. I had an opportunity to go surfing. I've been wanting to surf since I moved out here. It's like year 5. And we finally got to go surfing, and I'm jacked up. First of all, I almost said no, but I'm trying to say yes to life, man. I'm trying to be there and be present. And when I had an opportunity to come up to go surfing for free, might I add you? Might I add? Mind you? Midwest education, baby, coming through. Yee, yee, bang, bang. I got to do it for free, and I worked the night before. So I bartend, so it's like I'm going to be up late. I'm on like 3 hours of sleep, and I got to drive to Santa Monica, which is like 45 minutes to an hour away from where I am. And then you got to find parking, and then you got to get to the place, right? So not a lot of time to do stuff on very little sleep, but I'm not skipping this moment. I've been wanting to do this for 5 years. I just haven't made it happen. And now it pretty much comes knocking on my door. We're in. We're going. So we get there. We get the boards. We get the wetsuit on, which was an experience. Tight everywhere. Wetsuits are tight everywhere, but I don't like cold water. So like literally my muscles don't function if I'm in cold water. I freeze up. I lock up. I can't move anything. I'm also not an excellent swimmer. I swam a mile back in Boy Scouts, but I'm 30. That's 20 years ago plus. So, not a strong swimmer, don't like the cold. Things aren't really adding up here, but the surfing, don't care. We're going surfing today. So we get down there, we practice our little pop-ups. And I'm feeling it, man. I'm like, yep, right here in the center. Boom, pop up, got it. Boom, let's go. Boom, hold. Boom, pop up. Yep, swim, paddle. Boom, pop up. Yep, I'm feeling it. We got it. No problem. Time to get in the water. Well, first of all, you got to swim. Okay, I knew that was going to happen, but yeah, we're swimming out there. Boom, 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 boom. He's like, this is it. This is the one we're going to shoot for. All right, tight. Get in position. Sweet. I'm like propping up. I'm like paddle. Prop up. Ride it for a second. Pop up. Boom. I'm up. Holy shit, I'm up. No, down. But I was up. But I was up for a second, and I lived off of that adrenaline for that one little ride the rest of the day, because I kept trying and I never got there. But I thought I was like, it's just one little thing away. We can do this again. And I get to the point where I'm like kind of up, but like just immediately fall over. But the more you do it, the more you're swimming. So you got to paddle out to a certain spot, then find it, and then you ride it in. It takes a lot longer to paddle out to the spot than it does for you to fall in half a second. And so I really feel like the whole day I was just swimming in the ocean, and the amount of salt intake that was happening had to be unhealthy. Because when I barreled underneath the water, I was definitely under the water almost more than I was like breathing regular air, right? I didn't know if it was some kind of evolution experiment that I was subconsciously performing on myself, where I just submerge and try to breathe underwater. But every time I fell off of this surfboard, dude, I was like like the waves keep going underneath the water, and I'm just down there on the ocean floor tumbling around like some little snail, and I'm just trying not to breathe stuff in, but then you come up, this isn't Santa Monica by the pier. I'm not embarrassing myself in front of no one. I'm embarrassing myself in front of everyone that came out to the Santa Monica Pier on a Saturday. I almost smoked this guy like 3 times. He kept playing around in the same spot, and I don't know how to steer this thing. So I'm cruising. I'm coming in. And I just see this big man every time. And I'm like, oh, shit, please, for the love of God, do not strike this other human being in between me trying to gargle salt water. You can't even see. Your eyes are like still covered in water. You're just like popping up, bashing your head against the surfboard because it's right there in front of you. But again, eyes closed, like trying to freaking see out here. Can't see, can't breathe. I'm ultra tired. My body has become a grain of sodium at this point. I had a great time. Are we having fun? Are we having fun? I think so, man. I think so. And I think that's going to do it for us this week, guys. I appreciate you all coming back, checking it out again on Last Week, This Week. You can follow me on YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, wherever you watch, wherever you listen. You can find me there. And continue to live, y'all. Continue to experiment with life and keep living in life. It brings good times. It brings bad times. They all come in one, but it's whatever you choose to see. So I hope that you choose to see the light. And are we having fun? Hell yeah. Yee yee, bang bang. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.